All right, so let's talk about the basics of animation. To animate, we need to have something in here, and we will do that by pressing Shift A, go up to Mesh. Let's just choose a cube. This animation, we're going to create a loop, and we will do that by starting with the most important animation button, and that is the I key. The I key brings up the Insert Keyframe menu. You're going to want to click Location, Rotation, and Scale unless you do any of these other radical nonsense stuff, which you're probably not. If we were just moving the location, we would just do location. But right now we want to have the beginning the same as the end. So we're going to click on Location, Rotation, and Scale. From here, we have it set at the first frame, and you can see that over here on the timeline. To get to the last frame, we're going to do Shift, right arrow. We're going to do I for location, rotation, and scale. So no matter how it looks in the middle, it will always go back to that thing that is exactly the same as the beginning. We can do this another way. If we open up the timeline a little bit, let's get rid of this by clicking X. And remember, you have to make sure only the keyframe you want is selected. X, delete keyframes. We're going to go and click on the first keyframe and do Shift D and bring this all the way to the end. That's important. Now, let's say you want it to be longer than 250 frames. Super easy. Your start point should be 1. Don't worry about this. And your end point is where you want it to end. So let's change that to 100 frames. No, let's change it to 3. Um, Here is a good place to show you shortcut if you don't want to worry about math. A lot of animation, a lot of video is in 24 frames per second. If we type in a number and then next to it we put the asterisk, we can then put, let's say, 10. So 24 frames per second times 10 would be 10 seconds. It's very silly, but let's make it a better number because I don't know what 24 times 7 is. Well, when we put that little asterisk in there, it helps us. Oh, I accidentally clicked that. It will do the math for you. So now we have 168. I'm going to select everything in here by clicking A. Remember, A will select everything in the window that you are hovered over with the cursor. So if I do A here, even though it looks like it just did both, it didn't. But if I do A here, okay, this is the worst example. Anyway, I want all the keyframes, and I want to make sure I'm in this one because we're going to delete them with X, delete keyframes. Go back to the beginning by doing Shift, left arrow, only do it once. Shift, hold down Shift, and left arrow. I, location, rotation, and scale. Go to the end, Shift, right arrow, I, location, rotation, and scale. We're just going to put one keyframe right in the middle. We're going to scale this bigger, and we're by doing S, rotate it a little bit, and by doing R, and move it over here with G. Don't click any of the arrows because as soon as you do, you'll notice that it goes right back to how it was. So go back to the frame that you want to make the animation at. Remember, S to scale, R to rotate, G to move. Once you have a position how you want the keyframe to be, I, location, rotation, scale. We're going to go back to the beginning of the animation by doing shift left arrow. Let's play this. And there you go. We made a perfectly looping animation. And my rainbow wheel is going on. All right, we're going to end this one here. I know it was a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but hopefully that's okay.